I'm dreaming. A hazy and indistinct dream, as though I'm watching it through a layer of caramelized sugar. Do I desire her? I don't know. I must have had some reason to. There must have been some story behind why I feel this way. My mind is such a mess right now that I can't even recall who I used to be. Still, even though my thoughts are in such disarray, it's still an undeniable fact that I have feelings for her. Do I love her? I'm not so sure anymore. I want to see her and talk to her again as soon as I can. And yet, these bold wishes of mine, ones I hold dear from the bottom of my heart, are wavering. She's precious to me, but thinking about what I am to her scares me. After my lethal tryst with arcueid at her apartment, it became painfully evident to me what kind of person I am. There's no room for debate there. Vampires may be man-eating monsters, but my eyes are also an inexcusable evil. As someone who ought never have been born, I should have just disappeared that night, washed away by the rain. But there was someone who told me that I could atone for my sins. That helping hand of hers meant more than anything to me, but I found that I didn't want to love her so much as I wanted not to make her sad. That's why I'm not so sure anymore. All I wanted was to see her smile, so why did she make the one face I absolutely didn't want to see? Was it all my fault? Who knows at this point?
シキ様、
Good morning. I'm greeted by the morning sunshine, along with the sound of Hisui calling out to me.
シキ様、お目覚めのお時間です。どうかお気を確かに。
My sunken consciousness begins to stir. Her voice is emotionless yet firm, as though she were uttering a prayer. Relying on it to guide me, I dredge my thoughts up from the depths. Ouch. I must still be tired after everything that happened yesterday. A horrible dull pain runs through my temple as soon as I open my eyes.
おはよう、翡翠。今朝もありがとう。時間はちょっと余裕ないかな。すぐに着替えて食堂に行くよ。
I roll out of bed, still wearing my pajamas. My head is still pounding, but it ought to clear up soon enough.
シキ様、メガネはおかけにならないのですか？
ああ、かけるよ。ちょっと頭痛がするから忘れてた。
シキ様、今朝もご気分が優れないのですか？
大丈夫。頭痛はすぐに治まる。体調だって悪くないし、ここのところ調子はいい。考え事があって、ちょっと寝不足なだけなんだ。
I'm sure I don't look at all healthy to Hisui. In truth, I don't even have the strength to put on a brave front. Whether I'm asleep or awake, I can't stop thinking about how I parted ways with Ciel senpai. Eliminating Ro's remaining offspring was supposed to be my top priority, but I can't focus on that or the way Arcueid was acting last night at all.
では、学校はお休みにならないのですね。
ああ、行くよ。急がないと遅刻しちゃうけど。
School is the only place that links me to senpai. I can't stay home just because I have a headache.
かしこまりました。それでは、どうかご無理をなさらぬようお願いします。
Hisui leaves the room, though judging by the look in her eyes, that wasn't all she wanted to say. My splitting headache flares up again. It died down a bit while I was talking with Hisui, but the moment she left, it came roaring right back. Jesus Christ, okay.
これすぐに収まりそうにない。
Yeah, this is a bad one, huh? My head feels like it's being run through with a shredder. Normally when I get dizzy, it feels like I'm falling, but this is more like my consciousness has been torn to ribbons. Damn. I can't even stay on my feet. I bury my face in the bed and clamp my hands over my head to try to suppress the pain. The pain doesn't go away. Of course it doesn't. It's coming from within. The inescapable nature of that pain has been etched into my flesh and bone over the past 7 years. Except this time, it's even worse than usual. It's like someone has driven a railway spike through my skull. The pain slices straight through my brainstem, cutting off my ability to even remember what I was thinking about. Looking back on it, Shiki has had to compromise with his body ever since the accident 7 years ago. The sudden nausea, the headaches, the anemia. I can't even count the number of things I've been forced to give up on as a result. The doctors told me it was a miracle I even survived, that I should be grateful I was alive at all. Were they trying to tell me that in exchange for that miracle, I should be prepared to put up with a little pain? My eyes can't see the death all around me. Sensei helped me to come to terms with these eyes, and told me to treasure that miracle. I wonder what she meant. Was it that life isn't necessarily precious on its own, but that we should treasure it all the same because we don't get another one? Over the past few days, I've seen countless people die. Life is frail. It's actually laughable how frail it is. It's nothing more than luck of the draw, whether any given person dies or not. There's nothing that separates the living from the dead. There are no walls that can shelter you from death. There are no guarantees any of us will go on existing. Life is fundamentally something which ends regardless of the will of the individual. To think life precious would be to reveal one's ignorance of its true nature. Whoa. What the... Why am I... How long are you even going to keep on about this? Thinking about this? You okay? All good now? At long last, my headache subsides. I inhale deeply and take a moment to collect myself. The fresh morning air washes away the unpleasant feelings that cling to me.
よし、落ち着いた。
Alright then. It's times like these that I most need to keep my composure. My goal remains the same, and here's the fucking peaceful music again. I have to purge all vampires from this city. To that end, I'll not only cooperate with Arcueid, but also do my best to assist Senpai. That's right. Senpai won't disappear so long as there are still vampires. As such, there's no reason for her to have given up on her disguise as a student. All I can do now is pray that I'm right about that. I should hurry over there right away. I leave my room, doing my best to ignore the headache, lesion, still lurking in the corner of my brain. I take the stairs down to the lobby. To my right is the hallway that leads to the dining room. Straight ahead is the front door to the mansion. I can't quite make up my mind. Aki is probably still in the living room, so should I stop to eat breakfast and pay her a visit? Or should I rush to the school as fast as I can to find Senpai? This morning Okay. This is an odd decision, okay. Say first as always. I mean... What's the rush? I mean, I feel like everyone should have a nice breakfast before, they head out for their, routine. Let's say hi to everyone before I leave. Why do I have this lurking feeling that the right decision is to... Oh well, whatever. I don't have the time for a leisurely breakfast, but I should still pop in to say hi before I leave. However worried I am about Senpai, I'm still the eldest son of the Tono family, and more importantly, Aki's older brother. I find Aki, Hisui, and Kawaku-san in the living room.
おはよ アキハ、琥珀さん。翡翠もさっきしたけど、もう一回。おはよう。
I greet them all as naturally as I can manage, trying not to let any sign of my headache or impatience to see Senpai show.
おはようございます、兄さん。
Akio is catching up on the vibes.
翡翠から聞きました。今朝は特に体調が悪いのだとか。先週の件もありますし、学校を休まれては。
Hearing you say that is kind of crazy. But you know, she has a caring younger sister I could see. I blink in surprise. Am I still dreaming? Aki is being weirdly kind today. I guess she's referring to when I spent the night at Ciel Senpai's apartment and couldn't make it back until the following day.
何ですか？幽霊を見たような顔をして。当主が家族の健康を気にかけるのは当然のことだと思いますが。
もっともだ。でも、今朝は調子がいい方なんだ。ちょっと頭痛がしているだけ。
Mild headache? You okay?
朝食は軽めのもので手早く済ませたいんだけど、いいかな、琥珀さん。
That out of the way, I briskly turn and head for the dining room. As I do,
お待ちなさい、兄さん。まだ十分に時間はあるでしょ。頭痛がするのなら、なおさらゆっくり休まれるべきでしょう。まあ、確かに顔色はいいようですが。
Akia scrutinizes me intently. It's similar to the way she looks at me when she's trying to work out what I've been up to, but it feels like she's looking for something else this time.
つかぬことを伺いますが、ここ数日、手足の感覚に不調を感じたことは？
いや、特に。
I've experienced plenty of danger, but that's neither here nor there.
わかりました。どうぞ、食堂で朝食をお取りください。
Thanks. At Akia's prompting, I go to leave the living room.
ごめんなさい、兄さん。
It only lasts a moment. A wave of vertigo washes over me, and is gone. It didn't make me dizzy like my headache did this morning. It felt more like I was being submerged.
アキハ、今何か言った？
I thought I heard her call out to me again, so I turned around.
なんだそれ。すごい顔してるぞ、お前。
I can't help but crack a smile. After all, this time it's Akia's turn to look like she's just seen a ghost.
すごい顔とは何ですか？女性の容姿を評するときは具体的な表現をお願いします。いえ、そうではなく。
Akia bashfully clears her throat, then looks me up and down as though trying to confirm something.
何でもありません。理由はまだわかりませんが、兄さんが健康であることはいいことです。後日、改めて検査をしましょう。
Okay then. Seeing your smile helps soothe the relentlessness I feel in regards to Senpai. Akia may nag a lot, but I can tell that she cares deeply about my health. Okay. That was kinda off-putting a little bit, but okay. Even after stopping to eat a light breakfast, I arrive at the school gates 20 minutes earlier than usual. It's a little before 7:30 a.m. Now that club activities are on hold, right about now is rush hour for people coming to school. The school gates are getting busier by the second. I can't spot anyone that looks like Senpai in the crowd. "7:55 a.m. Only 5 minutes left before the gates close. Ultimately, I wasn't able to find hide nor hair of Senpai. Maybe she showed up before I did. Maybe she came in through the rear entrance. Or maybe she's never coming to school ever again. thought of this worst-case scenario is heart-wrenching. A chill runs down my spine. I should have known better than to entertain these kinds of what-ifs. What's terrifying is, I thought I'd be able to reject these hypotheticals, but instead I've already accepted them as the obvious outcome.
バカなこと考えるな。先輩は何があっても学校にいるって言ったじゃないか。
That's right, she's just absent today, that's all. After what happened between us yesterday, it makes sense she'd take the day off. I'm sure I'll get a chance to see her again tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, then the day after. Or if that falls through, the day after that. In any case, there's nothing for me to do but wait. I'll wait right here, even if she never comes.
だから、バカなことは考えるな。
I sweep away the uncertainty lingering at the back of my mind. I'm out of time. No point sticking around here any longer. I spare one last look at the road leading up to the school, then turn and make my way inside. I enter the classroom just as the bell rings to signal the start of homeroom. Noelle Sensei's supposed to be in charge of our class, but looks like she hasn't shown up today either. She was a substitute teacher to begin with, and we don't have any substitute teachers to take her place, so the students on duty for today are going around distributing printouts instead. Looks like Arihiko's here today. He's been acting like a proper student lately.
おはよう。今朝は何かあったのか、アリヒコ。
おはようさん。何もないから学校に来てるんですけどね。そういう遠野の方こそ様子が変ですよ。鬼気迫る顔で校門を張ってたって話じゃんか。
耳が早いな。
Word gets around fast, huh?
ちょっと用があって
Yeah, exactly.
先輩を探してたんだよ。あいにく見つからなかったけど。アリヒコ、今朝は教室にいたんだろう。先輩こっちに顔出さなかったか。
先輩ってどこの先輩だよ。お前さん部活やってないんだから上級生と知り合う機会なんかねえだろ。
Ciel wiped their memories. That's funny.
あれか？精神的な先輩とかそういう意味？ゲームの先輩とか人生の先輩とか。
So she really is never coming back, huh? Since she went through the effort of wiping all their memories.
なんだそりゃ。
Okay.
シエル先輩はれっきとした3年生じゃないか。そりゃまあ時々あの人は下級生なんじゃないかって思う時もあるけど、基本的に先輩は先輩だよ。いやそうじゃなくて先輩が来なかったかって話なんだけど。
シエル先輩って誰それ？うちの学校に留学生なんかいたっけか？
Yep. Now it's clicking. Just as my spirits had started to lift, they come crashing right back down again. So I guess coming to school earlier would probably, not change anything. Or at least I would think so. I repeat my question to Arihiko, doing my best to ignore the chill running down my spine.
シエル先輩だよ、シエル先輩。お前だって追いかけてたじゃないか。昼飯だって何度も一緒に食べただろ。
そりゃ一緒にランチする相手にはこと書かない俺だが、そんな不思議な名前の先輩は知らねえって。
Okay, so maybe if we went to... So this is probably how this is gonna work, right? If we would have went to school early, would we have seen Ciel, wiping all their memories, or nah? Because I'm thinking so.
殿、病み上がりで頭いっちまってるのか？
I mean, how else would she? Except, from going to school directly. I don't know. I feel like the rug's been pulled out from under me, sending me tumbling into the void. Arihiko's quip doesn't quite reach my ears. I collapse onto my chair like a puppet whose strings have been cut, not knowing what to think. So that's how it is. I reflect bitterly on what's happened. Only now it's come to this do I finally realize I've made a choice that cannot be undone. Senpai is gone. She's vanished from our school, leaving behind no trace that she was ever here at all. Morning classes are over. I sat through them all in a daze. Unable to even think of my own accord, I sat at my desk and let the words of the lectures wash over me like an unfamiliar sermon. Even now, I can't decide what I should do next.
アリヒコはいないか。
I scanned the classroom. There's only a handful of students still here. Well, it is lunchtime. Guess I better go feed myself. If I can't find the desire to do anything, I can at least switch off my brain and lose myself in a meal. I must have missed the lunch rush, as there's nobody lined up waiting to order. I press the button on the ordering machine for a dish that catches my eye, then exchange the ticket with the person behind the counter for a tray. It would seem I ordered the croquette set meal. I idly wonder whether deep-fried food will agree with my stomach right now, but it doesn't really matter. I look around the cafeteria for a suitable place to sit down. As I do... Ah, there you are. I briefly catch sight of a student that looks just like Senpai. What a joke. I must really be out of it if I'm confusing people for Ciel Senpai just because they look kinda similar. How out of it, you ask? Well, enough that I can't tear my gaze away from the Senpai look-alike, even though I know that it's not her. The Senpai look-alike sits down at her table, rubs her hand in anticipation, and starts noisily slurping her udon noodles. Funnily enough, it's curry udon. She really is the spitting image of Senpai, right down to her food choices.
Oh.
Hold on. She isn't just the spitting image of Ciel Senpai. She is Ciel Senpai.
先輩
I sprint over to the table she's sitting at. Senpai glances up at me briefly, then pouts and turns away again. She's clearly avoiding me, but I'm not in a state of mind to let that deter me.
先輩意味がわかりません。どうしてこんなとこにいるんですか。おかしいでしょいろいろ。
なんでって、私はここの生徒です。お昼になったらご飯を食べないとダウンしちゃうじゃないですか。
So why would you wipe the memories?
いやそれはそうなんだけど、だって昨日。
I have no idea what to say. This is all so sudden that I can't think straight. Senpai huffily turns her head away from me, a terribly displeased expression on her face.
すみません。気がせいてしまってバカなことを口走りました。
いいですけど、なぜ気がせいていたんですか。
だってもう先輩に会えないと思っていたから。先輩がいるのが夢みたいで。
ほう、夢みたいとは大げさですね。
大げさじゃありません。あんなことがあったし、有彦は先輩を覚えてないし、見放されたんだって思うじゃないですか。俺は本当は昨日からずっと先輩にさよならって言われた時からもう会えないんだって。
Yeah. In truth, I'd understood then and there that I'd never see her again. I'd simply been lying to myself, trying to hide from the pain of losing her.
どうしてあんなことを言ったんです。さよならなんてそんなもう会えないみたいに。
はい。だって昨日はもう時間が遅かったでしょ。健全な学生さんは家に帰る時間です。
Without batting an eye, she deadpans an absolutely laughable response.
ふざけないでください。あんなのどう取ったって真剣な別れの言葉でしょ。
仮にそうだとしても、それはあなたと私の話であって、私の学校生活とは関係がありません。それとも遠野くん、私みたいな怪物が学校にいちゃいけませんか。
Senpai stares me down with the same emotionless eyes as last night. She called herself a monster. I don't know if Senpai really is a vampire or not. It's probably the first thing I should have investigated and confirmed or disproved. but I didn't spare it so much as a thought. I didn't even want to suspect her of being a vampire. It's true that Senpai's body is a little different. She is able to immediately heal seemingly lethal wounds, meaning that she is just as far removed from being human as Arcueid is. I can't deny that an ability like that is just what you'd expect from a vampire. No, from something that surpasses vampires. But even with all that said, she's still someone precious to me. So precious that being away from her just for a half a day was enough to make my life feel empty and pointless. It would be an exaggeration to say that I don't care about her true nature at all, but it definitely doesn't bother me. Even if Ciel Senpai is a similar sort of being to Arcueid, the feelings I have for her will not change.
いいです。どうせ私なんて嫌われても仕方ないんですから、もう気にしません。そもそもこれは私の日常ですから、遠野くんが何と言おうが、好きにやるって決めたんです。
Hey Shiki, this is where you blurt out I love you in front of her very loudly. Senpai vigorously wolfs down her curry udon. Eating her feelings like that can't be healthy. Her face is set in an incredibly stubborn expression, as though she's daring me to voice my complaints, but simultaneously threatening me to cut all ties with me if I do. I'm thrilled beyond belief that Ciel Senpai is back. But before I get too carried away with my excitement, there's something I need to say. Or are you suggesting that a monster like me shouldn't go to school, Tono-kun? Senpai said that to me with a strained expression on her face, and I still haven't given her my answer. Now's the time for me to tell her how I feel. I think that you'll always be Ciel Senpai to me. You're cute, you really love curry. Jesus. Jeez, these answers are here? Okay. I kind of want to see like what these more witty answers will say, but let's be genuine.
文句なんかありません。俺にとってシエル先輩は先輩です。いつもキビキビしていて、人のことばっかり気にかけて、
Look good in glasses.
メガネが似合っていてかっこよくて、俺を助けてくれた先輩です。そんなこと先輩が否定しても俺が断言します。とにかく俺にとって先輩は何があっても先輩なんです。吸血鬼だなんて思ったこともないし、怪物だなんて思うこともありません。すごい人だと思ったことは何度もあるけど、それでおじけづくこともないんです。だからさっきみたいなことを言わないでください。
I like how everything got a little more glossy as the emotion is getting a little brighter.
先輩はなんかな人じゃないんですから。それにシエル先輩がいずれ消えてしまう人なんだってこともちゃんと覚悟しています。先輩は卒業するまで学校にいると言ってくれたけど、町から吸血鬼がいなくなればどこかに行ってしまうんだって分かってる。でもあんなさよならはしたくない。最後に見る先輩の顔は笑顔であってほしいんです。
As I put my feelings into words, I can feel tears begin to well up in the corners of my eyes. I try to hide them by looking down at the table. I finally faced the truth I've been avoiding for a while now, and the thought of saying goodbye to her is so sad that my emotions have gotten the better of me. But still, I said it. I still have all sorts of things I want to tell her and ask her about, but if I've managed to convey the way I feel, that's all I could hope for right now.
ありがとうございます。今のお返事は素直にびっくりするぐらい嬉しいです。それとごめんなさい。意固地になっていたのは私の方だったみたいです。
先輩？
I raised my head at the sound of her shy voice.
お話はよくわかりました。それじゃあ遠野くんは私がどんな体でも気にしないと言うんですか？
もちろんです。まあどんな体という意味を講義に解釈するとその限りではないですけどね。
じゃあ一緒にいても嫌わないですか？
嫌いません。むしろ謝らせてください。昨日は一日先輩を困らせてばかりでした。アルクエイドのことだって先輩に相談していれば穏便に済んだだろうし。だから本当にもう全面的に俺が悪かったです。これからはちゃんと先輩の忠告を聞きますから許してください。
There we go. I bowed my head and apologized. I made Senpai sad. The circumstances around how it happened don't matter. There's still no excuse. I vow to myself that I'll never make her feel that way again.
まったく遠野くんにはかないませんね。忠告を聞くってまだ戦う気満々じゃないですか。もう私や吸血鬼には関わるなと念を押しに来たのに、そんな顔をされたら放っておけません。
Dang, really the reverse. Like, it was really Shiki saying that. It's like either her or arcueid. Now it's her saying it's Shiki. That's fun.
先輩、それじゃあ。
Senpai lets out a playful, exaggerated sigh and stands up.
よろしい。なら握手しましょう。
握手ですか？
はい、仲直りの握手です。それで昨日のことはお互い水に流しましょう。まあ、遠野くんが私と手をつなぐのが嫌だというのなら別にしなくてもいいですけど。
嫌なわけがありません。
I grasped Senpai's outstretched hand. Senpai's fingers are pale, lithe, and soft. These aren't the fingers of a vampire. They're suffused with the warmth of a human heart.
はい、これで仲直りです。これからもよろしくお願いしますね、遠野くん。
Senpai breaks into one of her trademark smiles. Flustered by its brilliance, I managed to likewise.
それとありがとう。ちゃんと俺に分かるように食堂に来てくれて。先輩にまた会えて嬉しくて仕方がありません。
I expressed the feelings I missed the chance to put into words earlier. Senpai's breath catches in her throat for a moment. Then a gentle smile blooms across her face, one that wouldn't be amiss on a mother doting on their child. Senpai and I are on our way back from lunch. We only had a couple minutes left until our next class, so we decide to part ways and head for our respective classrooms. I to my second-year classroom, and Senpai to our third-year one. Wait a minute. I'm thrilled to be reunited with Senpai, but aren't I letting that cloud my judgment? Can I really afford to put off our discussion about arcueid and vampires? It's fine, I can bring it up again after school. Can't discuss this immediately. Okay. I mean... Once again, what's the rush, right? We're off to class anyway. We better focus on that now. Yeah, it's fine. We can talk about it after school. Won't be late for class if I keep her here. I don't want to bother Senpai even more than I already have.
じゃあ放課後に、先輩。
I head back to my classroom, the sound of Senpai's retreating footsteps echoing in my ears. And with that, the school day comes to an uneventful close. Impatient as I was for classes to be over so that I could head over to the tea ceremony room, I did my best to put it out of my mind and focus on my studies. I miss a lot of classes because of my anemia, so I need to make the most of the ones I'm actually able to attend.
さて。
With classes out of the way, I can head to the tea ceremony room with a clear conscience. I grab my bag and make my way to the deserted wing of the school, where the club rooms are located. Anyone here? Noelle!
あれ、四季くん、シエルさんと一緒じゃないの？
What are you doing here?
ノエル先生こそどうして茶道室に？
Oh, duh. This is Ciel Senpai's hideout, so it shouldn't come as a shock to find Noel-sensei using it too. They're partners after all. Executors work in pairs.
私はお留守番。お昼にちょっと私たちの上の方で動きがあってね。マーリオって生意気な司祭がいるんだけど、そいつにシエルさん呼ばれちゃったのよ。何か報告を忘れてねえかって。ああ、もう嫌味で嫌になっちゃう。はい、シキ君にもお茶とケーキ。二人で一緒にやけ食いしちゃおうぜ。
There's a tray loaded with tea and shortcake laid out on the tatami in front of Noel-sensei.
まったく。それ、シエル先輩の虎の子ですよ。
I take a seat and pour myself a mug of tea, warning Noel-sensei about the risks of eating the shortcake as I do. Though, there's a chance Ciel-senpai won't be as angry if Noel-sensei and I are both guilty of the crime.
あんた、いい子よね、シキ君。自分は食べたくもないのに合わせてくれるんだもの。ああ。君がもうちょっとひどいやつなら、後腐れのない仕事だったのに。
What do you mean by that? I glance up at her ominous words. My vision begins to warp and distort. Shit. Shit. Shit! The frantic warnings racing down my spine breathe life into my rapidly weakening body. Did you lace the cakes with something? The hell? I somehow managed to get up off the floor and stumble toward the door.
努力は買うけど残念しょ。最後の食事が安物のケーキでごめんね。
Damn! Something heavy slams into the back of my head. She didn't show a single shred of mercy. A fading consciousness unable to bear anymore. A body collapsing like a rotten tree. A student oblivious to danger and the red shadow of the setting sun. What the fuck? Okay. Sure. Why not? Oh, I thought that was game over. Okay.
やっぱりそうじゃない。やっぱりそうじゃない。やっぱりそうじゃない。
I hear a voice. It's quiet and hoarse, as though each word chafes against the speaker's throat on its way out. It's the voice of a woman I know. Nani? I realize that my own voice, meanwhile, has been silenced. Something has been jammed into my mouth. I can't speak, only drool. Oh, is this where Noelle thinks that I'm Roa, or something like that? Or she thinks that I'm a dead apostle? Something along those lines, because I think she's doing me like one of those other dead apostles. Those desperate gasps for air can't be coming from anyone's mouth but my own. And yet, I don't feel bad at all. In fact, I feel so little that I'd almost say that I've completely lost the ability to feel anything.
何がもう少し様子を見るよ。バカじゃないの、バカじゃないの、バカじゃないの。疑わしきは罰するでしょ。吸血鬼殺しに人助けなんて余裕あるわけないじゃない。慈善事業じゃないんだから。ああ、でもそっか。それならそれで趣味に走ってもいいってことだ。
Calling this hobby is crazy. I'm frightened, to say the least. Even though it doesn't feel like I'm suffocating, my lungs are desperately forcing oxygen through my throat. And yet, I can't feel anything in my throat at all. It must not be working properly. Still, I have a bigger problem. Ah!
そうでしょ、四季君。ここまで時間をかけたんだもの。その分楽しんでも罰は当たらないわよね。
That problem being the situation I'm in. It must already be far too late for me. I try to yell, but I can't form any words. Even if I wanted to put up a fight, I can't so much as wiggle my arms or legs. The sound echoing through the tea ceremony room isn't my breathing at all, but the woman's excited panting.
シエルさんを呼んでいるの。そうだよね。四季君は私よりあの子ばっかりだったもんね。
Oh, is this what this is about? Jesus.
でも残念。君の大好きな先輩は司祭様に呼び出しを受けて尋問中。そして君は今残った最後のあれを失ったのでした。
What does she mean by that? I can't feel anything. Was this her way of showing me mercy? Or did she do it so she could savor the bewildered expression on the face of her prey? I don't know what's going on. All I do know is that it isn't just the feeling in my limbs that's disappeared. There's something else. My blank itself isn't here anymore.
ロアの棺の話をするの、一日遅かったわね。私より先にシエルさんが見つけていたら、少しはマシな裁判になったかも。
Sorry? My vision is starting to cloud over. I feel like a beached fish flopping helplessly on the shore. I can't move from where I lie, no matter how much I thrash around. All I hear in response is the woman's ragged breathing, mocking, apologetic, and helpless all the same.
普通の武器を使ってあげてるから痛みもないでしょ。ただ気持ち悪いだけでしょ。ねえ、どこをカットしてほしい？肩？背中？お腹？お尻？四季君のお願いなら何でも聞いてあげる。ああ、でもギャグを外すのは NG ね。助けてーなんて声を上げられたら私多分一撃で頭潰しちゃうから。
No, there's no way it would play out like that. She won't kill me. She wouldn't let it be over that easily. There must be something wrong with me. It's only now, in this situation, that I'm starting to understand this broken woman.
もう泣いちゃってかわいい。
Actual psychopath.
大丈夫。夜はこれからだもの。たっぷり楽しみましょう。
I sure hope any other faculty has left the school at this point.
どんなに泣いても漏らしても構わないわ。
The fucking janitor walking around, knocking on the door like, yo, what the hell's going on in there? And why is there blood
最後には
leaking out of the bottom of the door? A large black object lands on the tatami with a thud. It's so big, she has to hold it with both hands. It towers above me like the walls of a prison.
泣き叫びながらこの中に入るんだから。
That square object. I've seen it before. Is she gonna do me like Bayonetta with one of those torture attacks? Oh god, that is game over. Crazy. Okay. Actually, yeah. Let's see what we fucked up on. I assume it's just a decision in the hallway, but let's see. Noel's spear right there. Oh my god. Teach me, Ciel sensei.
前回ノエルに同情した私ですが考えを改めました。
Yeah, same here.
誰であれ代行者はみんなあれなんですな。何ストレス溜まるのシエルんとこ。
今回のエンドはシスターノエルの独断です。彼女一人になるとバランス取れなくなるので、私もこうならないよう注意していたのですが、諸事情あって目を離してしまったので。
諸事情ってどんな？
Like getting called for an interrogation, for example?
シスターノエルの密告を聞いた司祭代行が代行者シエルを招集してしまった。 B 単独で下水道に向かった代行者シエルはロアの状態を知り、塔の邸に捜索に向かった。のどちらかですね。 A の方は午後に招集の知らせが届いたので、それを無視できるような状態であればよかった。 B の方は言わずもがなです。遠野くんの遠慮が悪い結果を招いてしまった。なのでこの日は積極的に行動しましょう。何があっても作動室です。
Okay.
なるほど。シエルという重しがノエルにはいい安全弁だったわけか。それはそれとして B の場合でもシエルなら作動室に戻ってこられるよね。なんであんなスーパー拷問隊も感化しちまったわけ？
それは塔の邸に単独で潜入したら。今回の遠野くんの状態よりひどい目に遭ってしまっていたからとかどうです？
やめろよ、目が笑ってにゃいよ。どんだけヤバいんだよあの屋敷。
Okay.
12 seconds later.
Let's discuss this immediately.
先輩、ちょっと。
はい。
I quickly call out to senpai.
何ですか遠野くん、5限目始まっちゃいますよ。早く教室に戻らないと。
そうですけど、今日はちゃんと話したいんです。作動室に行きませんか？あそこなら誰にも話は聞かれません。
It looks like I said enough for senpai to understand what it is I want to talk about.
仕方ありませんね。5次元目をサボタージュすることになりますが、単位は大丈夫ですか？
I shake my head. Not an issue. I get consistent A's in science anyway. Senpai casually heads for the wing where the club rooms are located, acting like the two of us don't know each other. I see. I guess that's the sort of attention to detail you need to avoid calling attention to yourself while undercover at school.